Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into 5 bourbons that are great for under 50 bucks. But before we do that, please do me that favor, like, comment, subscribe. Helps us out a ton, and we seriously appreciate the support. But let's get in today's video. So, more than ever, now we are having a hard time finding great whiskey for cheap prices. The bourbon industry has gone a booming, and with that, also there's a bit of inflation going on, so prices are raising pretty crazily now. In the last few years, we used to be able to get some incredible whiskey for just under $50, like Rare Breed and all sorts of other things. 1920, 1910, those used to be $49.99 in my area. Now they're at least $60 to $65. So with that being said, can we still find some great whiskey under $50? I think we can. So today I'm bringing a list of 5 great bourbons that are under $50. Are these my 5 favorite sub $50 bourbons? I don't know. There's so many whiskeys underneath the category. These are just 5 that I think are incredible for this price. So to kick it off, none other than one I used to hate but now love because it's just amazing. Maker's Mark 46. This bottle is fantastic, and it's only like $35. I know the price range for this video is 50 bucks, but this is a freaking showstopper at 35 bucks in my area. This stuff is awesome. So Maker's Mark, they do wheated whiskey. This one is their stave finishing, so they finish it in some French oak staves, which makes a little bit of a spicier wheated whiskey, and I like that. Usually my issue with wheated whiskeys is they're too soft. I want a little bit more aggressive. I'm a high rye kind of guy. And so their stay finishing profiles really add a more aggressive kind of peppery almost flavor profile onto that wheated whiskey. Is this, an aggressive flavor profile? No, not at all. It's still a freaking wheated whiskey, but it does add a little bit of a black pepper note to it, and I really like that. Then after that one, another one that I've talked about for a hot minute, but a lot of people agree or disagree. It's so split down the middle, but not a lot of people talk about this one, and I think it is still under $50, and I think it is incredible. And that is Four Roses single barrel. Not the barrel proof. I don't have the barrel proof. I'm trying to get one, but I have yet to get a barrel proof. Four Roses makes a more herbal, almost floral bourbon compared to a lot of other Kentucky bourbon distilleries. I really like them because I think this is it packs a nice herbal punch at 100 proof for just around $40 in my area. And in some areas it might be 50, but in my area it's still under 40, and I think this stuff is incredible. I personally prefer their small batch select just because it gets super freaking minty. It is the weirdest whiskey ever. It is. I don't understand how it gets so minty, but it freaking does, and it's awesome. But this one I think is an incredible value for 40 bucks if you can find it for that. And again, it's at 100 proof, so it's just a crushable sipper. Nice little bit of a floral herbal kind of almost spicy profile. Goes really well in cocktails and everything like that because of that. And then after that one, a whiskey I've talked about quite a bit because it's well deserved. It's absolutely incredible. Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. This stuff is phenomenal. It's, again, just like the Maker's 46, it is 45, or not 45, it is $35 in my area. This stuff is a freaking steal for that. And it used to be kind of hard to find. Now I can find it easily. I can go out to the store and pick it up any day of the week. That's why I have, is this still sealed? No, okay, it's not still sealed, but that's why, it's almost brand new, is because I just killed another one and I just bought this the other day. So these are awesome. This is a Burr Rye blend, so it's not a bourbon. I know I said bourbon on the list, but it's not a bourbon. It's a Burr Rye. But this stuff is awesome. It is a great blend of bourbon and rye, and it mashes up those two flavor profiles very well, creating a very balanced, sweet, but also spicy flavor profile, making a little dance back and forth of sweet and spicy, sweet and spicy, sweet and spicy. And honestly, for the price, this might be the best sub $35 whiskey out there on the market. This, just like the quality in this and the flavor profile and just everything about it, is so much better than most of its other competitors. I absolutely love this whiskey, and I think Redwood Empire is freaking killing it with that one. Their other stuff, kind of hit miss. I don't really care that much for their bourbon. The rye I like, but the Burr rye is phenomenal. It is otherworldly. They do some great blending over there. And then up next, after that, a bourbon distillery that I just recently fell in love with this last year, Wilderness Trail. Wilderness Trail high rye bourbon, or their rye bourbon, not their wheated bourbon, the black label. This stuff is awesome. This stuff is $49.99, so we're getting just under the sub $50 range, but this is phenomenal. This reminds me of a Buffalo Trace type product if it was a little bit nuttier and brown sugar instead of like, because a lot of Buffalo Trace stuff I get like powdered sugar or kind of like caramels. This stuff is like brown sugar, heavy caramels. It is a dark, dense Buffalo Trace. So if you like Buffalo Trace, or if you don't like Buffalo Trace because it's a little bit too light, this is like the next best thing. This stuff is freaking incredible. I love this stuff because, again, I don't love Buffalo Trace because I think it's a little bit on the lighter side, unless if we're getting into like the barrel proof, like Stag Juniors, Weller Full Proof. I like their wheated stuff. But as far as their ride stuff, I think this stuff beats every single Buffalo Trace out there that's like sub $50 or should be sub $50, like E.H. Taylor and Eagle Rare, whatnot. I think this stuff's incredible because that's my flavor profile. I like the darker stuff, and this is a little bit more of a darker sugars and darker, kind of like almost nuttier, almost a little bit oakier flavor profile. That stuff is awesome. Then after that one, Doc Swenson's Blender's Cut. I was surprised with this bottle. I didn't see this bottle coming. I picked it up because it was $49.99. Picked it up because it's 115 proof MGP at $49.99. That's a freaking steal. This bottle is a steal. I mean, okay, after taxes, yeah, it's not going to be sub $50. You got me on that one. But this is a freaking steal. This stuff is a 5-year-old, 115 proof blend of MGP products, and it is everything you want about young, like that typical traditional MGP you find there. It's a great value, a great sipper, and it's not going to break the bank because, again, it's sub $50 like everything else on this list. Like, this might be, if they can continue releasing this for $49.99, which I highly doubt that, this might just be an anomaly. So go out there and get this while you can. Doc Swenson's Blender's Cut. This stuff is awesome. It's not the best MGP you're going to have out there, but where else are you finding 5-year-old MGP blended at 115 proof for $49.99? This is a freaking bargain. And yeah, I don't need to talk about the flavor profile. You all know what 5-year-old MGP tastes like. This is a blended 5-year-old MGP product at 115. And 115 is a great sip and proof for MGP in my opinion. But yeah, those are my 5 bourbons under $50 that I think are incredible. Again, there's so many more out there. There's so many great products under that $50 range. I mean, like Wild Turkey 101, great value. You can't freaking beat that. That's like $20 for $7.50. I bought a handle of Wild Turkey 1 like week and a half ago for like $35. Great freaking deal. Incredible value. So there's a lot of value out there in the bourbon market still under $50. These are just the ones that I think the whiskey outshines their price, especially those last two, the freaking Wilderness Trail and those Doc Swenson's. I have no idea how they're still $49.99. I fully anticipate they won't be $49.99 for much longer. So, if you're watching this and you're interested in them, go out there, pick some of them up. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about them. That is a wrap for today's video, though. Please do me that favor. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps us out a ton, and we seriously appreciate the support. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about my list video. Let me know what you guys thought about the bourbons I brought up here, or well, yeah, and that one American whiskey. Also, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. The links for all that stuff are down there below as well. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.